Thank you to the Chair and Ranking Member for the time today, and appreciate the opportunity to serve on this very important conference committee. Now, the conferees have been charged with a multitude of tasks to improve America's position vis-a-vis China. This is a good and noble objective, and I want to make sure we accomplish it, especially with respect to one of our most important goals, a vastly expanded domestic supply chain for semiconductor chips. Now, it should be said that if we get this wrong, we will only exacerbate already high inflation. If we spend the proposed $52 billion on semiconductors, but also fail to increase their domestic supply, we will still fail to compete with China, all while putting inflationary pressures on our economy. I think we need to avoid that, and we avoid it by looking at the chip shortage holistically, and specifically taking into account the materials necessary to make chips in the first place. Making chips requires materials that are hard to produce and expensive to come by. According to the White House, in their review of supply chains, it takes hundreds of fluorochemicals and dozens of different gases. And in this review, they go on to say what I haven't heard mentioned here today, which is that looming EPA regulations are the biggest barrier to making semiconductors here at home. Without addressing these regulations, which threaten to derail any attempt to increase domestic production of chips, all this provision will accomplish is driving up inflation without actually reducing shortages. So I sincerely hope that we will address this extremely important issue and thus ensure the success of this bill. And I look forward to working with my colleagues, and I yield back.